The year is 2085. A young girl gazes out of a dome window. She's filled with wonder. Outside, a Martian sunset paints the sky in hues of pink and gold. This isn't science fiction. This is the potential future of humanity. We dream of transforming Mars from a cold, barren desert into a second Earth. We call this incredible feat terraforming. It's a vision of turning the red planet green. It's a testament to our enduring spirit of exploration and our desire to push the boundaries of what's possible. The journey won't be easy. Challenges abound, but the potential rewards are immense. Imagine a future where humanity becomes a multi-planetary species. Imagine standing on the surface of a terraformed Mars, breathing fresh air and feeling the warmth of a Martian sun. It seems like a distant dream, but the seeds of this future are being planted today, right here on Earth. Terraforming is a bold concept. It's a type of planetary engineering. It involves altering a planet's environment to make it suitable for human life. This means creating breathable air, drinkable water, and comfortable temperatures. It also means establishing a biosphere that can support life. Terraforming is not about conquering nature, it's about working with it. It's about using our knowledge of science and technology to guide a planet's evolution. It's about creating a new home for humanity. It's a long-term project. It will take centuries to fully terraform Mars, but the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that first step is understanding the science behind this ambitious endeavor. Why Mars? Why not Venus or the Moon? Mars stands out as the most promising candidate for terraforming. It has several key advantages. First, it has a day-night cycle similar to Earth's. Second, it has polar ice caps that contain water ice. This water can be extracted and used to create lakes and oceans. Third, Mars has a gravity that's strong enough to hold an atmosphere. This atmosphere is currently thin, but it can be thickened over time. Venus, on the other hand, is shrouded in a thick, toxic atmosphere, and the Moon has almost no atmosphere at all. These factors make Mars the most Earth-like planet in our solar system. It's the most viable option for creating a second home for humanity. Mars is a cold planet. The average surface temperature is about -63 degrees Celsius or -81 degrees Fahrenheit. That's far too cold to support liquid water or most forms of life. The first step in terraforming Mars is to warm it up. One proposed method is to use giant orbital mirrors. These mirrors would reflect sunlight onto the Martian surface, increasing its temperature. Another method is to build greenhouse gas factories. These factories would release gases like methane and carbon dioxide into the Martian atmosphere. These gases would trap heat from the sun, warming the planet. A more radical approach is to use nuclear explosions. Detonating nuclear weapons at the Martian poles could vaporize the ice caps, releasing large amounts of greenhouse gases. This is a controversial method, but it could potentially jumpstart the terraforming process. Section 5. A breathable blanket. Mars has a thin atmosphere. It's mostly composed of carbon dioxide, which is toxic to humans. To make Mars habitable, we need to thicken its atmosphere and change its composition. One way to do this is to release oxygen-producing organisms like cyanobacteria onto the planet. These organisms would convert carbon dioxide into oxygen through photosynthesis. Another method is to build atmospheric processors. These machines would extract carbon dioxide from the Martian atmosphere and convert it into breathable oxygen. This process would take time, but it could eventually create a breathable atmosphere on Mars. The thicker atmosphere would also protect us from harmful radiation from the sun. It would create a more stable climate. This would allow liquid water to exist on the surface. It would be a crucial step towards making Mars a habitable world. Section 6. Water and the seeds of life. Water is the elixir of life. It's essential for all known forms of life. While Mars has polar ice caps, we would need to create a more substantial water cycle. This would involve creating lakes, rivers, and perhaps even oceans. One way to do this is to melt the polar ice caps. This could be done using the same methods proposed for warming the planet, such as orbital mirrors or nuclear explosions. Another approach is to redirect comets or asteroids containing water ice to collide with Mars. Once we have liquid water, we can begin to introduce life. This would start with simple organisms like bacteria and algae. These organisms would help to create a biosphere. This would enrich the soil and pave the way for more complex life forms. Section 7. The long game. Terraforming Mars is not a quick fix. It's a multi-generational project that will likely take centuries if not millennia to complete. Some experts believe it could take as little as a few centuries to create a breathable atmosphere on Mars. Others estimate it could take thousands of years to fully terraform the planet. The timeline depends on several factors. These include the technology we develop, the resources we dedicate to the project, and the rate at which Mars itself responds to our efforts. It's a monumental undertaking, but it's not insurmountable. With patience, ingenuity, and a shared commitment, we can transform Mars from a barren wasteland into a thriving world. Section 8. The price of a new world. Terraforming Mars raises ethical and philosophical questions. Do we have the right to alter another planet's environment? What if there is microbial life on Mars? Could terraforming harm or even extinguish this life? These are complex issues with no easy answers. We need to proceed with caution and respect for the potential sanctity of Martian life. We must prioritize scientific investigation and ethical considerations as we embark on this journey. Another challenge is the sheer cost. Terraforming Mars would require a massive investment of resources and manpower. It's a project that would likely require the cooperation of multiple nations and generations. Section 9. A future among the stars. The dream of terraforming Mars is about more than just creating a backup planet. It's about pushing the boundaries of human ingenuity. It's about ensuring the long-term survival of our species. It's about becoming a truly spacefaring civilization. Imagine future generations living on a terraformed Mars. Imagine children gazing up at a night sky filled with 2 moons instead of 1. Imagine the discoveries that await us as we explore a new world and unlock its secrets. It's a future worth striving for. Terraforming Mars is a daunting but inspiring challenge. It's a challenge that will require us to draw upon our collective intelligence, courage, and compassion. It's a challenge that we can overcome together. Let us choose to be the generation that takes the first step toward making this dream a reality.